sure to check out Agelessgeeks for your figures and collectibles. This video and YouTube channel is rated PG-13, so that means this channel is not for anyone under the age of 13.
So what is going on, my fellow collectors? How is everybody doing today? Garrett18 here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Max Factory Figma My Hero Academia Kirishima. So let's get into it right away and take a quick look at the box. So as you can see here, we do get the basic style box when it comes to Figma figures. So we do get the window right there in the front of the box, and on the top we do get the warning and blah blah blah, what nobody cares about. Then the bottom here says Figma Kirishima My Hero Academia. Then there's the bottom of the box with an image of the figure, same thing on the top. There's the one side, then the other side, and then the back to show some pretty cool poses you can get the figure into, along with some of the accessories. But anyway, that is the packaging. Let's get this figure, but take a closer look at this character who would end up getting very, very cold if he was stuck fighting a villain during winter time. Alrighty, taking a closer detailed look at Kirishima here, and Max Factory is definitely on a roll with these My Hero figures. Bakugo turned out fantastic, and Todoroki turned out great, and Kirishima also turned out pretty damn awesome, man. Very clean paintwork throughout the figure, and the sculpt I think turned out fine too. And just wanted to mention, I'm going to try to do the detail part a little more quicker with my reviews so it's not as long. Usually the detail part takes up the most time. I know some people like it, some people don't, so I'm going to try to speed up the detail part of the figure, give you more of a quicker look at it, but still try to go into detail with certain things. Like the head sculpt all around looks great. Like I said, very clean paintwork, hair looks great, the metal mask type thing looks pretty good too, and the face sculpts I think are spot on. The torso looks fine. I do like these gear looking pieces. These are probably the most annoying thing about the figure because they do tend to pop off very easily. They're just connected with a ball peg, so they can pop off a lot. Same with the arms, they could pop off pretty easily too. You just gotta pop them right back on though. But I like how these are a little articulated. We do get this like wiring or wiry looking piece there. Another thing, you do see a bit of a gap at the torso in the back, and this is him just in a regular pose, or maybe this is right there. You do still see a tiny bit of a gap. Not that big of a deal, because you don't have your figures facing that way most of the time when they're on display. The arms look fine, as you can see. Not too much sculpt detail going on there. And then we do get his, I'll just call it a sash type piece. We have his red Riot, I believe his name, R symbol, right on the center there. And these are a softer rubbery type plastic, just these pieces. These are more of a harder plastic, but they are articulated, so that's definitely cool. And I do like the tattered look to the cloth here, and I like the sculpted wrinkles and everything as well. The bottom part looks more matted, and this one's like a bit more shiny, which is a little odd. And then the pants turned out great, excellent sculpted wrinkles all throughout it, as you can see, and then the boots turned out fine too, as you can see there. And on the bottom of them, not much going on at all, but overall the detail turned out pretty damn awesome with Kirishima. No issues when it comes to the paint and sculpt. But anyway, let's continue on. Moving on to the accessories, Red Riot isn't included with a whole ton of stuff. Pretty much just faces, hands, and then you do get some alternate arms as well for when he's using his rock formish type ability. But what we do get first and foremost, we do get the Figma bag, of course, in case you want to put your accessories in here, so that's cool. And then we do get the basic Figma stand, so we do have the base there, the arm or leg, and then we do have the extension peg, which does peg right into the back of the figure. So we do get that stuff, and then we do get 3 interchangeable faces. And starting all the way on the left there, we do get the smirking, smiling type face, which is the one that does come on the figure out of the packaging, and that is a very Kirishima type facial expression, and we did already take a look at that one, and they did a fantastic job with it. Then in the middle there, we do get the very happy, smiling, eyes closed face as well, and that one also turned out fantastic. And then finally, all the way on the right there, we do get the very angered, yelling, screaming face sculpt, and that one also turned out fantastic. And you can see on the top of his head, he's
using his ability to harden his skin right there, which is pretty cool. I do wish they included like a basic stern face as well, but they did a great job on all three faces, and they're very simple to swap out. I'll show you how to do that right now quickly. And swapping Kirishima's faces is very basic when it comes to Figma figures, so it's just a faceplate, so you just pull on the face here. Some of the faces peg in much tighter, while some of the other ones don't. Wow, this one's really pegged in there. Yeah, there we go. You just unpeg it like that, and take whichever face you would like to put on, push that on, and then there you go. As simple as that. So we do get the 3 interchangeable faces, and then we also get some interchangeable arms with extra fists, and then we do get an extra wrist joint as well. And like I always say, this is very appreciative and awesome when figure companies include extra wrist joints, specifically wrist joints, because those are the ones that tend to break the most. So thank you very much, Max Factory, for doing that pretty much with all your figures. But we also do get these interchangeable arms for when Red Riot or Kirishima is using his ability where he can harden pretty much anything on his body. And it turned out pretty good. I do like the sculpt detail on the arms there. I wish they would have just gave us entire arms, you know what I mean? Because the arms do pop off very easily at the shoulders. And then these hands here, you could see there is some added sculpt detail on them to give it that hardened rock form type look. So definitely pretty cool accessories, and they're very simple to swap out. I shall show you how to do that right now. Swapping out his arms is also very simple. You do have to pull the arm off without taking the elbow joint off. So kind of swivel it and pull, and it'll pop right off the joint there. And then of course you can tell which is right and which is left, because this is how these come out of the packaging. I kind of almost pulled the entire joint off, and all you do is just slide it right in there like so. So very simple to swap the arms there. So we do get that stuff as well. And then we finally get, not including the hands on these interchangeable arms, we do get a total of 9 alternate hands and a hand rack. And starting all the way on the right here, we do get a pair of regular fists, of course, which do come on the figure out of the packaging. And then we also do get the hardened skin fists, which do come on those interchangeable arms. Then we do get a pair of regular open type hands. Then we do get another pair of openish type hands where his fingers are clenched, and these are meant for the hardened skin arms. These, of course, because they do have that added extra sculpt detail on the top of the hands, so it looks like his hardened skin ability there. And then we do get a pair of gripping hands where the thumb is molded together to the fingers. Even though he has no reason for him, I always say it's definitely cool to get gripping hands with a figure. And then finally we do get one right thumbs up hand. And we do get some great sculpt detail throughout all 9 hands, and they are very simple to swap out as well. And like what Daredevil 19 always says, that is always a good thing, because you don't want to risk breaking a wrist joint on your new Red Riot figure. But anyway, that is all the accessories included with Kirishima. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review, shall we? We shalleth. Now for the height of Kirishima to the very top of his head. It looks like he's about 5 inches and 1/4 of an inch tall, and to the very top of his spiky hair seems to be around 6 inches tall. And then here he is compared to the McFarlane Toys My Hero Almighty, the Rebeltech Amazing Yamaguchi Midoriya, the Figma Bakugo, and the Figma Todoroki. And I think his scaling is a bit better with Bakugo and Midoriya here, but still Todoroki is the one out of scale, which is a bit of a shame. And then here he is compared to the Dasen model Saitama, the McFarlane Toys Shigaraki, the Figma Hakimaru, and the SH Figuarts Kakashi. And there he is compared to
The Storm Collectibles sector, the Marvel Legends Retro Series Deadpool, the Mafex Justice League Batman, and the Figma Black Swordsman Guts. And then here he is compared to the ESH Figure Arts Awakened Warrior Super Saiyan Goku and the Mezco 112 Deadpool. Anyway, there's some quick comparisons. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review. So now for Kirishima's articulation, he does have some pretty good movement, definitely better than Todoroki, but he does have that same style neck joint where they only have the upper neck joint, but it does shift up and down, so that I do like because it does help give you more range with the articulation. Like looking down, he does look down all the way, so that is excellent. Looking up, goes up about that much, does get restricted by his hair there. Beautiful pivot on this figure, man. And then we do get swivel there as well, then you can shift that joint back down. So I do like the neck joints on these figures. Then we do get a waist and a torso joint. And the waist joint really doesn't move around too much on my figure. I don't know if that's just me or if that's with all the figures, but he does go forward decently, and the gap gets really big there on the back the more forward you go, and then going back with both joints doesn't really go back a whole bunch, and you do see a tiny gap at the torso there. Excellent pivot at the torso. That is really nice pivot. It also swivels. The waist does not pivot on mine and doesn't swivel either. I don't really know if there's a waist joint there. Maybe there's no movement there, but it does. Yeah, maybe there isn't a waist joint, so my mistake. Now for the arms here, the gear pieces are on a ball peg there, so they can move around, and they're connected with the arms, so they move with the arm, and you do get, whoops, you do get a beautiful circular motion out of the shoulder there. Then the arms do go out to the sides pretty much all the way up, so great, again, popped off, you bastard. Great arm or shoulder articulation there. Then they do, of course, go up and down. We do not have true bicep swivel. You will have to use it at the shoulder joint, or you could use it at the single jointed elbow that pretty much bends in all the way. Then it does swivel where it connects into the bicep, and swivels a little bit where it connects into the forearm. Now we do have a ball hinge on the wrist, so that does swivel and hinges back and forth. Now for the legs here, well, before I do that, the sash piece, these are articulated. They go out about that much. They can swivel as well. They're on like a hinge type joint, so I do like that they made those articulated. Now the legs here, Kirishima kicks forward pretty much 90 degrees, so that's definitely good. Goes to the back almost 90 degrees, so that's definitely good. Then let's see if he can Jean-Claude Van Damme it, and Kirishima almost can Van Damme it, so pretty damn good leg movement with Red Riot here. Then you do get a great hip swivel there, as you can see. We do have single jointed knees that bend back about 90 degrees, and that joint slightly swivels where it connects into the thigh there. Then we do get a boot cut swivel, which is awesome. You don't really get swivel at the ankle, but they made up for it for putting it at the boot there. Then the ankles hinge up about that much. They hinge down extremely well, and then you do get a pretty damn good ankle pivot with Kirishima. Then you do get a little bit of a toe hinge there. So overall, the articulation is pretty damn good with Red Riot here. Like I said before, his articulation definitely is a step up compared to Todoroki's articulation. I wasn't too happy with Todoroki's articulation, but much more satisfied with Red Riot's. And you're going to be able to get him into some pretty damn cool Kirishima white poses, and I'm about to show you some of those poses right about now. But anyway, that is my review of the Max Factory Figma My Hero Academia Kirishima. Hope you enjoyed it. If I had to rate this figure with detail, I would easily give it an 8.5. Articulation, I'd also give it an 8.5. Accessories, I'd give it an even 8. And then the overall quality, I'd have to give
an even 9. If you would like to know the price and where to buy this figure, I did have mine imported from Japan from Ami, but my buddy from Agelessgeeks did recently get this in stock, so you can head over to their website, agelessgeeks.com, and when you check out, use code name Daredevil, and you will get yourself a bit of a discount. If you can't find something on their website, I do highly recommend going through their Instagram or Facebook page. I will put more information in the description below. And if you would like to support the channel, don't forget to subscribe and click on that notification bell. And if you liked it, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, oh well, I guess you didn't like it. But thanks for watching. I will see you later.
When it comes to Figma's My Hero line, or one of the blah, 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 figures. So we do get the one right there on the front of the box. On the top, we do get blah, 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 blah. We do get the very angy. Angy. I am angy. So now for the articulation here. Kiri blah, 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 blah. Let's redo that. The Dasen model. I almost said Kenshin Hamura. Bakugo and the